Hi, I'm Holly Morris-Kuentz. I'm Superintendent in Dripping Springs ISD. As we share information with our community about our Long-Range Facility Planning Committee's recommendations, I want to talk to you a little bit about our elementary growth. You can see on this table that I have for you our current elementary enrollment. Down the left-hand side is our elementary campuses. In the yellow band at the bottom, you see our current elementary student totals. In the first bounding box, we have our 2020-2021 official enrollment on the left column. On the right column, we have last year's end of year May numbers. In the second bounding box, we have our official enrollment for this year. And in the second column, you see that we have our March numbers. Down in the bottom, if you look at the gold band, you can see that our official 2020-2021 elementary student total was around 3,400 students. When you look at our current 21-22 March numbers, you can see that we're at about 3,900 students in elementary campuses. And so that means we're at about 16% growth from last year's official numbers. A lot of times when we talk about our district growth, we talk about us being 10% growth, but the reality is that's the district total student population. And our elementary, middle, and high school campuses all grow at different rates, our elementary campuses being our fastest growth numbers. When we look at our projected elementary growth, you can see that over the next 10 years in this heat map, most of our elementary growth is going to be down that 290 corridor. This map shows in red our fastest growth areas, followed by the areas in orange. So most of that's going to be central or west side of our district. This brings up a question that we commonly get, which is, where is our land and where might we be looking at future elementary sites? And so right now the district has two pieces of property that are prime for elementary campuses. The first is we have 65 acres on the west side of Headwaters, and that's a good potential elementary and middle school site. We also have 24 acres on Ranch Road 12 at East Mount Gainer, and that's another good potential elementary site. And then the district does also have a third piece of land. It's about 130 acres remaining at the intersection of Sawyer Ranch Road and Darden Hill. However, that's currently where our Cypress Springs Elementary School campus is located. When we think about building Elementary 6, it's important to know kind of when the district anticipates needing that campus. If we look at the 24-25 school year, you can see that our total elementary capacity is 4,300 students, but our total elementary student enrollment is 4,500 students. So we're about 200 students over our capacity at all buildings. That means that we would need to be looking at another elementary campus, regardless of which way we split the attendance zones. For our district, we feel like the 6th elementary school would be primed to be on the west side of the district, feeding to Dripping Springs Middle School to round out our feeder patterns. That would provide relief to both our Dripping Springs Elementary and Walnut Springs Elementary campuses. When we talk about total elementary needs, we're talking about a 6th elementary, but the reality is if the district projects for build out, then we're looking at probably a 12 elementary campus district at the 850 number. Thank you for joining me to talk about elementary growth, and I hope you'll share your feedback with us on this site.